We're Team CSI. Our problem is that many Purdue organizations suffer in specific areas. They are supported well, but they still struggle with promoting themselves, their events, and their online presence. The solution to this problem is to build a website that can be used after this class. It will connect SACC students who want real world experiences to undersupported organizations. Special thanks to our project sponsor, Amy Griggs. The people in our web dev team are Elise Roberts and Maddie Cook. The people in our UX team are Emmeline Fry, Azaria Dunstan, Joe Maddox, Ann Currian, and Logan Carter.
First, we looked at measures of success for our project, such as program success metrics like number of projects completed, client satisfaction scores, and number of signups, as well as usability and design metrics like task success rates, error rates, and return visits to the site. There are 4 steps for how we plan to accomplish this. First is research. So this includes researching similar sites, highlighting user needs, and identifying current measures Purdue has in place. Next is mapping out the user flow. So mapping out a user flow based on our research, including separate user flows for both students and organizations. Next up is development. Starting with basic wireframes, our web dev team developed the most important features for testing. Then finally, we conducted general user testing for design ideation, as well as walking stakeholders through wireframes and conducting usability checks on our website.
As part of our research for this project, we conducted a literature review to fill in some of our knowledge gaps. The first thing we looked into was web accessibility. Through this research, we learned that we needed to consider assistive technologies, browsers, and authoring tools when creating the website. We also learned that we needed to avoid poor color contrast, using only color to convey information, a lack of alternative text, a lack of captions on videos, a lack of labels, and mouse-only navigation. We also looked into career advice, so looking into skills like how to work in teams, the traits of effective teams, and effective project management strategies. We used this research to link external resources to the website and create informative blog posts so that students would have resources to look into when working for our on-campus employers.
For our competitive analysis, we started off by identifying current solutions that resembled our idea at other universities, Purdue, and third-party companies. Next, we began analyzing the strengths and weaknesses of those solutions, highlighting key features and themes, and defining features that would be useful on our site. Third-party solutions like Fiverr and Freelancer.com offer a wide variety of work for various industries. On the other hand, they generally offer solo project work. University solutions like student freelancers at Wake Forest University have low-stakes work for students but lack discoverability and search tools for projects. The methodology we used included 4 key steps: discover, define, develop, and deliver. We started by gathering user data to uncover pain points and validate our concept. We then consolidated those findings into personas and user flows. Next, we brainstormed solutions and built prototypes. Finally, we put those designs through usability testing to iterate until we had a finished product.
Out of this project, some of our unknowns are whether our site will be widely adopted so it's able to actually be useful to organizations and students, whether we were successfully able to use Purdue branded materials, and whether teams are going to be able to handle communication outside of this platform. A couple challenges that we faced throughout the project were a team member leaving the project, highly specified site plugins, and difficult profile creation, but all of these things were things we were able to overcome throughout the project.
Here are the results for our homepage. It includes an introduction statement about our project and our goals, an information card where you can learn a little bit more, a registration prompt for students and organizations, and some cards for everybody who worked on the team, their roles, and how to reach them. Here are the results for our student application form. It includes areas for student to create their full profile, a consent form at the very end to ensure students understand that they may not be receiving a job even if they sign up, and some additional info cards for students when it comes to job search strategies and professional skill development. Here are the results for our organization registration form. It includes information we'll need for the organization's profiles, an article about the benefits of working with students, and some tips for working with students.
On our job board, organizations can come in and post job listings, clarifying the position, where it's located, if it's remote or in person, if it's an internship, freelance, full-time, etc., and students can then get the information to apply for the job. Once an organization's application has been approved, that they can then come in and log into their account. Once they log in, they'll get access to their profile, and they'll be able to look up students, seeing their major, their email, and other information like that. Once an organization is logged in, they can also make a job post. So they can say where the job is located, what kind of job type it is, whether that's freelance, part-time, an internship, etc. They then can add a description, and they can add their company details, allowing students to see who they are and how they can apply for this position.
Our next steps are mainly two things. Firstly, as we're graduating, we need to recruit an admin team to manage the website once we've left. They will be in charge of keeping the website updated and approving job postings. Second, before handing it off to this admin team, we need to conduct more maintenance on the site to make it more usable and potentially give it an official Purdue branded look. We've learned several lessons during this project. We've learned that delegation and communication go hand in hand, ensuring the team moves quickly and in the same direction. We've learned how to navigate copyright and trademarks in order to properly utilize Purdue University's branding. We've also learned how to use best practices provided by the PMBOK framework. And we've learned how collaboration is needed to transfer ideas to final results across different mediums. Thank you for listening to our presentation. Any questions?